What's up guys, it's your boy PSGINT here, back with another video. Today we'll be doing the usual Q&A. So we're asking on Twitter for some questions, and we actually got a lot of questions in this time, so make sure to always ask questions on Twitter, where I ask my fans, and they will be featured on the upcoming Q&As. So the first question from Arias midfield season: who is the best replacement for Mbappe next season? Plus, how do you see PSG building and others playing signing next season? I mean, it all depends on the direction PSG want to take. Do they want to continue in this superstar Galactico era, signing huge players in certain positions and not caring so much about the manager, the sporting director, and other positions? Or will they finally do what they should have been doing long time ago? Mbappe replacement, yeah, a finisher, a striker. I don't want another winger, because we already have Messi and Neymar, and we have seen that their finishing isn't good enough to score 30-40 goals a season, and every big team needs a player that can score those amount of goals. So I would say, of course, try to keep Mbappe, get in a Haaland, or look at someone who has scored a lot of goals. I mean, Vlahovic would be a good decision, but he has gone to Juventus now. But there aren't that many good young attacking strikers who can score a lot of goals. I mean, if we go after Lewandowski, that's a very big L to Paris Saint-Germain. So, I mean, there aren't that many options. So maybe taking a youngster that can build and become much better, or get in a manager, build a system where we don't have to rely on a striker scoring 40 goals. How do you see PSG building other players signing next season? Yeah, as I said, it all depends on the direction what PSG wants to take, and who's the sporting director and manager, and how they cooperate with each other. So that's my answer for your question. Next question is from Abraham Killian 07. He says, who's your ideal replacement for the manager and sporting director? So great upcoming question after the last one. I would say manager. I've already made a video on it, a podcast where me and Princess talked about all the possible appointments to Paris Saint-Germain, but the one that I wanted most was Galtier, because I want Paris Saint-Germain to go into a new direction. We don't need these big name managers, because I mean, once upon a time, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, all of these managers were not that big managers, and look at them, because one club came in, trusted them, and they won countless of titles in the future. So for me, we should go for a Galtier or a Erik ten Hag. Most what I want is Galtier, someone that can actually build this club into something big in the upcoming seasons, not only next season. And sporting director, it's between three, I would say. I mean, we're heavily linked with Arsene Wenger. He hasn't been a sporting director and working at football club for a long time, so who knows? But he would be good. Fabio Patrici, who left Juventus to Tottenham only this season, so a bit weird that we're linked to him, but he's a good one as well. Made very good signings at Juventus before. And it's what was his name? Edwards something at Liverpool, who has worked there for 10 seasons and will be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season. So he would be an amazing signing for Paris Saint-Germain. He has signed the likes of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, Virgil van Dijk, Andrew Robertson, Alisson, Fabinho, Thiago, Jota. The list goes on and on and on. So he would be a very good. If I had to rank them, I would put him first, and then I don't know about Fabio Patrici and Arsene Wenger. But those are my ideal replacements for the management. Next question we have is from Faint Messi. As a PSG fan, is Messi signing considered a flop? Oof. I mean, he has only played for one season. He will be here for 2 seasons, so we can't say if he's a flop yet. But considering this season and the expectations, and of course, you can't forget, this is Lionel Messi. He just won the Ballon d'Or and won the Copa America with Argentina. And he has declined over the seasons, but I don't believe that Messi has been at his best at Paris Saint-Germain. A lot of it can be put on Mauricio Pochettino, but I still feel that a lot of blame should be put on Lionel Messi. How he's very hard to adapt to a new system, to a new league, to a different culture. It's hard, of course, playing so long in Barcelona as he did, but I wouldn't say a flop, but yes, he has not met my expectations. Next question is from Mike, Parisian Mike. What lineup do you want us to have next season with new signings? The players I would keep in the starting lineup is Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Hakimi, Nunmen. So the backline and goalkeeper will stay the same. Midfield, Verratti and maybe Paredes can stay there, and then Messi and Neymar in attack. With Mbappe leaving in the attack, I mean, it's very hard to choose one. Maybe if we say Haaland, I want a striker on this side, number 9, a goal scorer. So we say Haaland, and in midfield, a Channe would be perfect, having that defensive solidity and giving us the height in midfield that we really need. So yeah, pretty much the same lineup, but 2 different players. But the management, that's where it's most important. Next question we have from Faraz09380163. What is the most memorable football match for you? I've watched a lot of memorable football games. The most memorable Paris Saint-Germain game. The recent one is that game against Atalanta, but I would choose the 2-2 game versus Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge, where Thiago Silva and David Luiz saved us from 2 corners. Beautiful moment as a football fan, but if I had to choose one, I would choose, me being a Swede, it's our comeback against Germany in Germany. So Germany were leading 4-0 in the 50th minute, and we came back to 4-4. So a deadly comeback in one game. That's my most memorable football match. Next question is TK Neymar. Thoughts on Neymar leaving? I don't think that Neymar will leave. He will stay. Paris Saint-Germain, very passionate, loves the club, loves the fans, loves everyone. So I really want him to stay, and I don't think that he will leave. These reports are just saying stuff as they do. And rate it B Sibing out of 10. B Sibing. Signing? Free signing? Free signing? I don't really know. I don't really know. I'm sorry, TK Neymar. I don't know your question there. Next up, from Expoifie. Would PSG have advanced if Di Maria started over Messi? No, I don't think that. I don't think that any blame could be put on Messi, especially in that Real Madrid game. Yes, attacking-wise, he could have done better, but where we lost the games were those 2 defensive mistakes and capitulation mentally. So I really don't think if Di Maria played, it would have made that big of a difference. Maybe mentality change, not player change, mentality, and probably a manager change, but not Messi. Who is the greatest player of all time according to you? For me, it's between 2 to 3 players. It's Lionel Andres Messi, it's Zinedine Zidane, and Ronaldo Nazario. Those are the 3 most technical and had a very good career to show for it, that I would count as the 3 best. I haven't watched Pele and Maradona. They played at a different time, different era, different circumstances, so it was very hard for me to digest them. Next up, from Ledor Stanley. Which coach do you think will be the best for PSG if Poch is fired, and which players do they need? As I said, Christophe Galtier from Nice, I would like. He knows the French league. He loves and respects PSG. He's a hard man. He loves the youth, so ticks every box for me. And what players, of course, it's what he wants. It's what the sporting director can get in. But as I said before, young, hungry players from the academy and transfers, I would say Tchouameni, Antony is a very good one. Those young, hungry players, not that big of a club, coming to Paris Saint-Germain to show off their qualities. So those 2 and that manager. Should Ramos deserve a second chance? From Biswatunu 3. Yes. I mean, if the wage package doesn't make anything harder for the next season, I would say yeah, give him a second chance. I mean, why not? We will lose that much. Him sitting on the bench, it's not losing. It's not like that wage package will take a toll on us. So yeah, I fully deserve that. Should give Ramos time. Who would you rather leave PSG this summer, Messi or Neymar? If I had to choose one, Messi. Neymar will stay for longer. He's younger, he's healthier, he runs more, he does more on the field, and he's adapted to PSG. He has been here for a long time, so it's a very easy answer for me. Neymar should stay, Messi should leave if I had to choose. Next question, again from Faraz. Name your dream five-a-side. So no goalkeeper. Defender. So I'm gonna play a 2-1-2. In defense, I would put Beckenbauer, very movable defender, sweeper, alongside probably Maldini. In midfield, I would have Zidane. And up top, I would have Ronaldo Nazario and Lionel Messi as my five-a-side. That's my five-a-side. What's yours? Next up, from Mo Ibrahim. Favorite PSG transfer ever? The one I was most excited for. It's a PSG fan that I liked. Of course, the Neymar and Messi ones. Favorite, not best. Favorite. Maybe Angel Di Maria to Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, I would say Angel Di Maria to Paris Saint-Germain. And cheeky rating of my account. I mean, Mo Ibrahim, one of the best transfer Twitter accounts that I know. I know him personally. Very nice guy, so I'll give him an always reliable news. So a 9 out of 10. Yeah, one of the best. From PSG Tini, out of all the youngsters we have, who do you think will be the most successful after Poch leaves? Talk about the starting players. I mean, Neymar has a very high ceiling, alongside Donnarumma, Hakimi, and so on. But if we're talking about youngsters from the academy, I would say the one that has the highest potential, Xavi Simons, is very great. But I would choose maybe Badiashile, Bitsiabu in defense, and maybe Eduardo Michut. But from the starting youngsters, I would say Neymar. Right now, Hakimi is, of course, far superior to him. Not far superior, but he's better. But I believe that Neymar has a higher ceiling with him being able to defend very well. Next up, from Honest Chelsea fan. Which football club will dominate this decade? Football isn't like that anymore. I don't think that a team will dominate. I mean, there's so much money, and I believe that the Super League will definitely happen in this decade. And the Super League will do. It's a league. It's something that will change this super team thing. That one team will dominate. So I don't believe that any team will dominate this decade. But if you say which team will be the best out of all teams this decade, Real Madrid has a very bright future. Players like Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe. We will see how they will rebuild that midfield, which will be very important. City, if they manage to get Haaland and keep Pep Guardiola, but I don't think that will do much to this decade. But so City and Real. Next up, from Faraz, yet again, who's your favorite player? Favorite player right now? Tough question. I mean, my favorite player of all time is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So I would say still Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's my favorite player. For his football qualities, his skills, and his personality, his mentality, going from nowhere to the big stage. Next question. Name the greatest top 5 football clubs of all time. The greatest. I won't do them in order, but I would say that Bayern München, Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Manchester United, and probably Liverpool FC. From Europe, at least. Those 5. Next question, from TemiXO. Messi or Ronaldo? Right now, Messi still. But of all time, yeah, Messi. Can do more, can create, can score, can dribble, can assist. Yes, Ronaldo used to do a lot of that before, but if you're talking career, Lionel Messi. Do you think Neymar is on a decline, and would you be fine with him leaving? No, I wouldn't be fine with him leaving. I really don't want him to leave. I mean, he's an exceptional player, and under the right manager, I mean, Neymar's worst time at Paris Saint-Germain has been under Pochettino, so next season will definitely be a better season for Neymar Jr. at Paris Saint-Germain under a new manager. Is Neymar on a decline? I don't think so. I think that under Pochettino he's been on a decline because Pochettino really doesn't know how to play with these superstars and how to make them affect the game as much as possible. So I don't believe so, because if you look at him in Brazil, balling game in, game out, whilst at PSG being very inconsistent, but still being good. So imagine him under a better manager, a better system, better players around him. Let's go. And top 5 PSG players of all time. I'm gonna choose the players that if I'm gonna say top 5 of all time, I haven't watched all of these, but I would put in that list Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Edison Cavani, Pauleta, and Mustafa Dahleb. And Di Maria has a shout. Susic has a shout as well, but these are the ones. Maybe, yeah, those are the ones. Why is Cristiano Ronaldo the greatest player of all time? Well, he isn't, has never been, and will never be. But if that's your opinion and other people's opinions, I totally respect that. I have no problem with people thinking so. Next question. Who is staying next year? Name all the XI for next year without Mbappe. As I said, I think that Donnarumma, Hakimi, Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Mendes, Paredes, Verratti, Messi, Neymar from the starting 11 staying. And last question from Aradia Fighter Fox 4. Do you believe that Mbappe can stay? And if so, then why? I don't think that Mbappe will stay. I don't want him to stay for his own sake. And I really want us to, take this in and start rebuilding a team instead of certain players and then building a team around them. So I don't really see a reason for Mbappe to stay. But if he stays, I mean, that mostly for, I don't know, love, passion for the club, or that Nasser offers him a contract he can't deny, and I mean the French president and the Paris they have talked to him, so that may be the reason for him staying. But sportingly, and though I don't think so. So guys, we have come to the end of this Q&A. Very great questions I received. Thanks all for you sending in these questions. So make sure to like this video, subscribe for more Q&As and other PSGINT videos. Put on notifications as usual, and don't forget, as usual, allez, Paris, Paris, Paris.